Hello and welcome to my Grindplar guide for Update 29 Flames of Ambition. In this DLC, we are going to be getting a new champion point system, and I'm sure a lot of you, like me, are going to want to go out there and grind some CP. So this is the character that I'm going to be doing it on. This is the build that I'm going to be doing it on. We are using a Templar. We will be a Stam Templar. We are also going to be a vampire. Yes, a vampire on a stamina character. We'll show why here in a second. I made it an Imperial. Honestly, you could use any race for this. I like Imperial because it gives us the extra health, gives us the extra stam, and reduces all our ability costs across the board. And when you're grinding, you want to be able to have max resources all the time. The gear we're using Vicious Ophidian. We're using this for the 5-piece. So we have the reduction in cost, we have the stamina gain when we kill mobs, and we get major expedition every time we kill something. So we're going to be super fast, we're going to get lots of resources back, and it's going to give us a nice reduction on all of our skills. Then we're also using Dead Waters. Using Dead Waters again for that 5-piece bonus. So when you grind, you pull lots of mobs together. This is going to allow us to gain massive amounts of ultimate each pull we do. And in fact, we will have an ultimate up for every single pull thanks to this set. We are using a Maelstrom Perfected Bow in the back bar. I like to use Infused on this because we won't be killing anything on this bar, so we still can squeeze out a little bit more weapon damage from the enchant. We are using Crag's 1-piece for the extra physical penetration. We are using Thrashing Strangler. Once this set is at its full potential, this is really going to put us over the top, and we are just going to one-shot everything with our ultimate that's going to be up on every single pull. And then for weapon, we use a two-handed weapon here. I like using the two-handed mace most. You can use a sword. You can honestly use an axe. It's going to be a little bit the difference. Things are going to die so quick, but I think the two-handed mace is your best option. Just make sure you can get it in training. That's all that matters. We put training on all our other gear because we're going to be getting as much XP as we possibly can. For the jewelry, I'm running all 3 of them with max stamina and weapon damage. Again, I went with max stamina over Bloodthirsty, so we have a bigger resource pool for sprinting, for casting more skills, stuff like that. For skills, Brawler is our main spammable, though we won't be using this very much. It will basically just be used to finish off targets after we cast our ults, and probably even more so for the damage shield, in case we're having a situation where our health is getting low. I'm going to use Camouflage Hunter for the Fighter's Guild passive to increase damage while slotted, as well as giving us that Major Savagery weapon critical. We're going to use Turn Evil again for the Fighter's Guild passive while slotted, but it's also an uh-oh situational type skill. If we're in trouble, we can cast this and it will fear everything around us, stunning it in place, so we can take a breather for a second or two there and either heal, run away, do whatever you need to do if necessary. Then you got Silver Leash. Again, another Fighter's Guild ability, slotted there for that extra damage it gives passively. And also we can use it to pull mobs into us faster, to kill faster. We use Forward Momentum here to buff ourselves. This gives us the Major Brutality bonus. So basically, we're going to be using this skill and Camouflage Hunter to give us what we would get out of normally a good pot. This allows us to use junk pots all the time, and you don't want to be using good pots while you're grinding mobs, so these two will buff us and save us some money in potions. And then finally on this bar we got Flawless Dawnbreaker. We're going to be using this as probably our main form of damage. As you'll see, thanks to Dead Water, this will be up 100% of the time. And every time we cast it, we get an extra 300 damage. And we'll be casting it so much that we can sometimes stack that 300 damage on top of each other. It's pretty crazy. In back bar, we're using Arrow Barrage. Using this because it ties in with the Maelstrom Bow. Gives us a nice ground dot. We're using Sated Fury. So this skill is going to be troublesome for a lot of people. Having this vampire skill here is going to give you a very, very nice weapon damage buff. But at the same time, it's tricky to use because you're going to see your health going down pretty rapidly all the time when it's up. But you really don't have to worry. Having Brawler on the bar is going to give you a nice damage shield, so you're never going to see yourself die. And you're going to be doing so much damage that when this ability finally toggles itself off, when you're running from pole to pole, it's basically going to heal you back up almost to 100% every time. Then we got Repentance here. Repentance is our main form of restoring our resources. Since we're killing a lot of mobs all the time, this is going to give us infinite stamina. Every pack that we pull, we will hit this skill, and our stam will go right back up to 100%. Poison Injection is here mainly for a skill to pull with. Does a little bit damage too on the execute. Then Razor Caltrops. Nice AoE damage. This skill is mostly going to be used as a form of speed reduction. It's going to be used to snare mobs so they get to us slower, so we're able to pull more mobs into our pull spots without having our first pull on top of us the whole time. It'll make more sense when you get to see it. Alright, and lastly, you can put any ultimate you want here. We're not going to be using it. I just put Solar Prison here because I was kind of messing around with it before we made the video. Alright, so we're going to pull mobs together in the pack. When we're done with that, we're going to flip to our back bar and toggle our vampire skill. Then we're going to immediately go to the front bar. We're going to buff the momentum. And then we're going to use our ultimate, and you're going to see mobs just melt. I've already gone around and got my stacks of Thracian Stranglers. You can see here. So we're good to go to show this build off. Alright, here goes. We'll do a lap or two. Caltrop is going to slow that pack of mobs down there for us. We're just going to go around, pull everything. Lay down our dots. Vampire buff, momentum buff. Ultimate spin here. Get our damage shield. Leave that mob to die in the pack, and look at that. Look how fast they die. Caltrops in the back there is going to have that mob go slow to us while we pull all the other ones. I don't know why that mob didn't come to us. Alright, Vampire, Memento, Ultimate. Look at them, they just melted. And we'll get that guy in the back bar. So if you watch the Vampire skill, it's going to seem like it's killing us, and then basically fills us the hole. So you don't have to worry about the health. Alright, got the Caltrops down to slow those guys. Vampire skill, Momentum. Pretty easy build to do once you get the hang of it. Alright, we gotta wait for these mobs to spawn. There you go, we knew where they were spawning, so we preempted those ground dots. Arrow Barrage and Razor Caltrops are great for that as well. Alright, Vampire, Momentum. Look how easy this is. That pull there was 25,000 XP. We do have a 150 XP scroll on. So basically this whole rotation here gives us about 50k experience each round. So 2 rounds here will give you as much XP as a random normal daily dungeon. And you see how fast we're killing here. Alright, vampire skill, momentum, ultimates, spin. Alright, there you go. That shows off the build. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments. I will try to answer as many as I can. Hope this guide helps you. Hope it gets you on your way to getting your CP you need. Please give me a like and subscribe. Thanks, everybody. Have a good night. Bye.